Francis, welcome to the University of Huddersfield.
Delighted to be here. Really glad. Finally made it up here. It's wonderful.
We just interviewed your husband.
Yep.
He received his honorary award from the university today.
Yeah, lovely.
The things that you and your husband are famous for is the Saturday Club.
Yeah.
Just tell us a little bit about the Saturday Club for those people who don't really know what it's all about.
Well, since we had a design business since 1976 and we sold it at the end of the 90s, and we had worked a lot with school children on various projects, and like many people we used to set projects for children in schools and then go along and sort of say well done, and we thought we could do things in a different way, and so we set up the Sorrell Foundation with the aim of trying to inspire young people with creativity, because we thought that the curriculum is great, is very, very focused, but you don't really get to experiment and do things which are really creative in school. So we've been doing lots of different projects, and recently we set up the Saturday Club. I say recently, it's actually now 5 years. And it was based on the idea that something that happened to John and me when we were starting out, when we were 14. Both of us went to Saturday morning art school, which used to be government policy. It was part of post-war regeneration. It was the idea of trying to help Britain do wonderful new designs. And so John went to North London, to Hornsey, what was called Hornsey College of Art, now Middlesex University. And I went to Epsom, which is now called University for the Creative Arts. And when I went, it was incredible because it was an old Victorian building. Most of those art schools were started at the turn of the century, and it smelt of linseed oil paint. And it was slightly messy, and I just felt I'd come home, because I was at a very strict convent school. So it was very liberating for me. And it started my career. It was the thing I suddenly realised, oh, I could do this. And so I applied and I got in. And then from there I started as a freelance illustrator. Then I met John and we started our business in 1976, and the rest is history. So to come full circle, it's like being on a long, long journey, and now we've come full circle. And we started the club, and now we started with four clubs in different locations. We wanted to see if it worked, and it was good. And now we're up to 33 locations all over the country, and fingers crossed, this autumn it'll be 40 locations. And we hope to then spread the idea of the club into other subject areas as well. And the model is very simple. You take an academic year, and you take a good college or a university, you invite 14 to 16-year-olds to join if they're interested in art. You have to work through local schools, and Huddersfield are particularly great at this. They've got a really good network. Liz Jack's amazing. Mm-hmm. And so they invite young people in. I think Huddersfield have got about between 25 and 30 young people. And they do Saturday morning classes, but they also come to London. In the first term they come to London, and we do a special day for them. They all bring a self-portrait, and they see each other. And for some of them it's the first time in London. And then they go off on guided tours, specially guided tours of art galleries all around London. So we have relationships with different art galleries. And then in the middle term, there's a master class, so we get a professional practitioner, an artist or architect, or it's very diverse. And this year there was a wonderful art director from Elmwood, which is a local design business, but hugely successful globally. Really impressive, and he did a fantastic job with them. And then we've just finished the summer show, which is in Somerset House. It shows work of it's 1,000 children this year, 1,000 people's work. In Somerset House, fantastic architect helped us put the show together, and we do our own little awards ceremony for all the young people. So there's a sense of achievement at the end of it, and the thing that we've noticed most of all that happens with the Saturday Club club members is that they gain confidence and they find what they're passionate about. So confidence is the magic ingredient, isn't it? So.
And what do you hope these young people will take forward? What's the idea behind it? So yes, they gain confidence. It probably gives them ideas, but what do you hope they will do with those ideas and that confidence?
Well, whatever they do, well, first of all, we know now, because we've had an independent study, that it does affect their confidence in their work at school. So that's one good thing. And whatever they decide to do, whether it's their destiny to be creative and come on to Huddersfield to study, or if they go to some other future career, they'll have an awareness of how to make visual judgments. They'll be more sophisticated in their approach to looking at things and evaluating them. And so I think that's the big value. But at the moment we're seeing about 30%, between 30 and 35% of young people, after they've been at the club for a while, they progress onto courses. So I think if it's something they love, I think it's wonderful if they can follow it through.
But when you were talking about introducing them to creativity, you were also talking about, you mentioned other disciplines.
Yes.
What's your thoughts on that? What other disciplines are we talking about?
Well, the kids in school in the UK do a limited amount of hours. I was sitting next to a Taiwan gentleman the other day, and his kids work many more hours in school. And so John and I think that if you take the idea of the Saturday Club, and it's now proven to be valuable to the young people, you could adapt that idea to other subject areas. So currently we're talking to Kingston University on setting up a science and engineering club, which would be the same principle, the idea of being inspiring, not like completely different to being in school. You're working with students and professionals and tutors in the university to do an exciting program. And we're talking to other people about other clubs. So, it's a big ambition, but it would be marvellous if we get it to be part of the DNA of what's on offer for young people in the UK, to kind of help inspire them.
Sort of extracurricular activity,
but
in as much added on to the end of the day.
Yeah. Well,
where it's like a hobby almost. You go and enjoy yourself.
Yes, but also it's a look in the kitchen of what you might want to be doing, which you can't get at school. I mean, the school, they've got a very difficult job. There's so much in the curriculum. So this idea is to be a bit more inspiring and to pot them on a bit in gardening terms, give them a sort of a chance to grow a bit in a different way. So that's the idea. And our worry is that people don't get inspired at school. I certainly wasn't. It was only when I had that opportunity that suddenly things took off for me. So we just like other people to have that chance. So that's the plan. I know it's ambitious, but why not? Why not go for it?
The University of Huddersfield, inspiring tomorrow's professionals.